Spending this amount of money on items is a bit of a use case for me, and I need to make sure that I am getting my value for money. And durability is part of that. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Come here. I put out videos roughly 2 to 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and, of course, celebrating others. Yay, Poppy! Celebrating everyone. Yeah. Yes, you agree, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hey, say hello. Hello. Anyway, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about durability and what I perceive to be my most hard-wearing bags in my collection. Now, some of them I can't really comment on because they are barely used. So I can't really say whether or not my Osprey clutch is that hard-wearing. I believe it would be for a reason that I'm going to talk about later on the list. The same with my Karl Lagerfeld Cape Hero pouch. I think that will be quite durable, but I haven't really used them enough to sit here and say, these are my most durable bags and here's the reason why. So let me talk you through where I'm at in terms of my list, and we'll go from there. But before we get into that, let's get into bag of the day. And this is a bag that I think could feature on this list. I've just not used it enough. And it is my Gucci Supreme tote. This is in the medium size. I think this could absolutely be, because I think this canvas is incredibly durable. The bit that I just want to see is how the corners with the leather hold up. But I do think that because you've got the canvas underneath, I'm assuming, and then the leather, I think this will be quite hard wearing. It might just be that the leather starts to show some signs of wear, but in terms of a hole going through it, etc., I think the canvas will catch that. But look, let's see. But I think this particular piece could be a super durable one, but I've been using it today. So I've got a fair few here actually, because as I mentioned sort of in the very intro, durability is something that matters to me because my pieces are there to be used and I want to make the most of them. So all of these have been used a fair amount. They have different signs of wear on them. Some look more worn than others, but I have to say, for the amount I've used them all, they're holding up pretty well. This one is an interesting one. So this is my Karl Lagerfeld tote. I probably used this 20 or 30 times, if not a few more times. I don't know what material this is. I don't think it's a leather. I don't quite know what material it is, but it is honestly like scratch proof. It's really a fantastic grab and go, super resistant. If you were on the train a lot, or you were traveling, you were having to put this in lockers, all of that kind of stuff, it will do you really well. The corners are doing incredibly well. It's very robust. It's very robust. Does it feel the most luxurious? Absolutely not, but it is incredibly robust. I think it's done a really nice job. All the stitching is doing okay. The only one is there. That stitch seems to have popped, so that's not brilliant. But the rest of it all looks pretty darn good, I have to say. I'm pretty impressed with how well this is held up. It's a, what's that? Care booklet, authenticity? Something like that. It doesn't say what it's made out of. But I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with how this is held up. Super scratch resistant, life resistant. It's a good piece. Not the most glamorous, but a really good sort of workhorse bag. I don't think you can go wrong with a really good, robust kind of canvas or material bag. And I think the Longchamp Rousseau is an excellent example of that. This is incredibly robust. Mine has leather elements to it. It has feet. It has these almost like reinforced corners with these leather strips. This is really well thought through. The interior looks really good as well. It's a little bit dirty, but it looks really good. This has held its shape fantastically. I keep it poppered in when I'm not using it, but of course you can extend that out if you wanted to and leave it like that if you prefer that shape. I personally only ever tend to carry it like that when I've got a large laptop in it. But the mock croc has held up beautifully. I think mock croc is a fantastic material when it comes to durability. I don't think it shows wear the same way that other leathers can. I think the embossing helps with that. Beautiful. The hardware's done really nicely. I've probably used this 50, 60 times over the period of time that I've used it, and genuinely you wouldn't really know. There's like a little bit of something there. But other than that, the corners, I mean, there is nothing wrong with this bag whatsoever. It has done fantastically. The canvas is in great condition. And I'm not that, you know, durability is important for me because I don't want to baby my pieces. I want to enjoy using them and make the most of them. So this, fantastic, fantastic. Would a full leather Rousseau hold up as well? I'm not 100%. I don't own a full leather one, but what I do know is that my Longchamp Rousseau tote is doing really nicely, and so is this. But this one, I would say, out of those two pieces, is the more durable. It's a good one. Speaking of mock croc, I have this as an example. I have tied the scarf much better than the last time you saw this. This is my Mulberry Bayswater. I love this particular bag. Again, it's been used so much. It's doing really well. There is a little bit of wear on the corners, but it's really not all that noticeable. The main sign of wear that I tend to find with Bayswaters is that the buckles tend to scratch, which is fine, and also the flaps tend to curl. So I had someone comment actually on my most recent video saying, have I experienced this? Yes, I have. I have two Bayswaters. You can see this one here. And then I've got my antique pink one. Both of them are starting to see a little bit of curl. I'm training the antique pink to be flat. So I've tucked the flap into the bag, almost like this. There we go. And I've then put my iPad against, I might actually just leave this like this, but I've then put my iPad against where the curling is starting to happen to try and flatten it out. See if that makes a difference. I don't know if it will, but look, it can't hurt. I'm actually just going to leave this one like this for now. It's just stuffed with dust bags and air paper and things. But you can see there's like tarnishing that tends to happen. But outside of that, I have to say the bag is in really good condition. And it's been used a significant amount, and I'm not that careful with it. The main thing has been absolutely tarnishing, and there was a lot of that when I first got it, and the flap curling. But I still love it regardless. It's a beautiful bag. Not a style that's for everyone, and certainly not a material that's for everyone when it comes to a higher end piece, but I do find that sometimes these pieces that maybe have the kind of PVC plastic elements to them can wear really well. And this is my MCM. This one hasn't done as well, I would say. I've used them both a similar amount. This one shows almost like it's gone slightly misty, which is a little bit strange, whereas this one hasn't. But this has been out with me in all weathers. Like, this is an all-weather bag for me. It's great. You can throw it on over the shoulder. The canvas inside is also really durable, and it's got these great corners that are that have leather on them, and it's just a really well-made piece. Again, you've got corners with leather, so it's just nicely reinforced, and I just think it's a fantastic piece. Style of this particular bag, it all depends on the print. So I love the print of this one much more than I love the print on this one. However, this one is just super duper durable. They both are. That's got a nylon insert, this has a canvas insert. The leather's in fantastic condition. It's really great. And like I said, I've used this. I've taken this on walks with me. I've taken it up a kind of mini cliff in Cornwall and was putting it down, etc. You wouldn't even know. Honestly, this is a super duper bag. What's inside it? Oh, look at Geiger double XL flap, which then has a Longchamp nylon belt bag. neither of those need to feature on this list. But the MCM, I think it's a great option. I know other brands do some PVC outers for their bags. It's just a great way of protecting the bag, I think. It's just a first line of defense, really. And this type of material, if that gets dirt on it, it's not going to ingrain and embed into the fabric. You can just wipe it off the front here. If the drink gets spilled, again, you can just wipe it off. Of course, if the drink, red wine or something, spills there, then you've got more of an issue. But even then, this sort of canvas is really, really hardy. And if you got at it quickly enough, I think you might be able to save it. So, but if this is just on the table like that, if someone spills a drink, it has to quite literally go over the top for it to then infiltrate. Whereas if it just hits the front of the bag or the back of the bag or the side, it's kind of a first line of defense. So this particular one. People have their issues with this material, but I'm personally really enjoying it for a similar reason that I'm enjoying the MCM pieces, and it's patent. So I know patent has issues where people can find that it can go tacky and it can go sticky, etc. But what I really like about it is the wipe clean nature of it. This is the Bayswater. This is in Smudge Leopard. I love that this has feet on it. And if you get dirt on it, easy to wipe clean. I have the same thought probably as I do with this particular one, that it's super duper durable. The one thing I can see happening a little bit is I can see the flap is wanting to curl a little bit. But I might do the same thing actually. Maybe when it comes to my Bayswaters, I just need to store all of them with the flap on the interior. And then hopefully, that then resists the urge to curl. So maybe if I do that, so once again, yeah, that then goes in like that, because actually it still looks quite nice. I do sometimes carry them like this, actually. The only other thing with this particular one is that there is some ridging underneath. This already had it when I bought it, but it is a little bit ridged, so I can see how patent can have its challenges, because that wouldn't have happened, I don't think, on a on another leather type, but I just love the carefree nature of it. If it gets wet, it's not a problem. If it gets a drink spilt on it, it's not a problem. If it gets some dirt on it, it's not a problem. Anything that is wipe clean, you're going to have a thumbs up from me. And these are really nicely sort of stitched. It's quite a reinforced stitch that you've got here. So it's a pretty robustly made bag, as well as the materials themselves being pretty easy to look after. So I like this very much. It's a good piece. I have two of these, both have held up brilliantly. Could have shown you either. Aspen of London, London Tote. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I think it's a great shape. I think it's been really well made. I love the structure. I think the A that's stitched in here helps with that. It's beautiful. Mine really isn't showing any signs of wear, and I have traveled with this. It has been on the train. It has been into the office many, many times. I have had to put it down on the floor. I'm sorry, Gwenny. I know in my last video when I said I put my bags on the floor, I upset you, and I'm sorry, but I do. I put my bags on the floor. But this has just done really, really well. I love it. The interior is wiped clean. It's so easy to use. It is so easy to maintain. I love that I can just give it a once over. Again, I don't worry if something gets on this, because I just feel like if I get to it quickly enough, I'll just be able to wipe it off. It's not a problem. It's not a leather that feels like it would be really easy to scuff or stain or, cover in something, whereas a leather like this, like a pillowy leather, this, every time I take it on a night out, I get nervous that something is going to happen to it, and it's a bit out of my control. My Le Pliage Coir here, is absolutely the same. I get nervous with that particular one. I still use it, but I get nervous, and it's definitely not held up as well as the others. So, you know, this is a really good one, I have to say. I like this very much. Could have picked the blue one, picked up the pink one, but this has been used 50, 60, 70 times, if not more. Same as the blue. And honestly, it's not 100% box fresh, but if this was to get a rating of anything less than excellent, I'd be pretty ticked off. Super. Now, I love that mulberry, which is why I use it, but I do have this, which is a much more durable evening bag, and it's because it's Saffiano leather. It feels not dissimilar to this particular bag, which again, I don't know what this is. I don't think this is leather. I know that this is Saffiano, and Saffiano is a super durable leather, and I absolutely love this. I think it is beautiful. It's from Prada. They are well known for their Saffiano. The hardware is in good shape. The leather is in good shape. The corners are in good shape. It's got a nice interior, which is easy to look after. Again, it's got a bit of a wipe clean kind of nature to it, which I really like. I like something that's hassle-free, easy, and on a night out, it's great to just be able to throw something under your arm and not worry too much about it. This can go on a table. If someone spills something, I make it sound like I get drinks spilled on me all the time, don't I? Because every single bag I've gone, if a drink gets spilled on it, I don't get drinks spilled on me all that much. I feel like I just need to make that point. However, in situations, particularly if you're on an evening out, or things can happen, coffee can get spilled or tea can get spilled, or, you know, and not the gossip kind either. You know, that would not cause an issue to my bag if the tea got spilled in that sense. But this is great for a night out. I still use this a lot. I actually use my Kenzo one the most, but I still use that a lot. But I do love this. And last but by no means least, a bag that is in, it's not because of the style of bag, it's just because of the material. All of these really are because of the material, but this one is just in a material that I think is universally recognized as being an almost indestructible leather. This is my Noe. I've got it horrendously stuffed at the moment. I need to buy an organizer for it. Someone actually asked me the other day, did I end up buying one? Where did I get it? And I said, no, I haven't yet. I need to. But this is my Louis Vuitton Noe GM, Grand Noe something. I'm not 100%. This is vintage. It's from 1994. And I say every time I hold this up, it's holding up better than I am. It's got some corner wear there, but that's on the smooth leather. In terms of the actual epi aspect of this, you would not really know that this bag had been used. Genuinely. The smooth leather bits and the drawstring are the only reason that you can really tell this bag has been used. But the epi itself, flawless. Absolutely flawless and spotless. The hardware is definitely on the tarnished side, but it's nearly 30 years old. So it might even be 30 years old, because I don't know which month in December this was made. But like I said, epi is just one of those materials. They obviously have recently brought out, was it the Alma and the Speedy and the epi again. I just happen to have this one. It's my only Louis Vuitton bag. To be honest, I never have that much of an inkling to buy Louis Vuitton pieces, pre-loved, or even do the splurge for new. I think the Speedy is the only one that I ever really and ah about. But this is just a great bag. Super durable, a great rainy day bag. This and this tend to be my go-to rainy day bags. Don't know where I'm going. It's all a bit ambiguous. You know, weather is looking a bit temperamental. One of these two tends to be my go-to, just because they are so easy. And yeah, fairly fabulous. There we are. So there we have it, everyone. Those are some of my most durable pieces. Let me know what some of your most durable pieces are. Is it for a particular reason? Is it like mine, where it's because of a specific material that it's made in? Does the style of bag lend itself to being more durable? Let me know. I always love to hear from you. Thank you so much as always for watching. I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.